What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end. You'll be seeing everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of memberships: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show. Come on, you Spurs. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another session of Spurs therapy as Tottenham draw 1-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in another shocking, disappointing collapse. Another 1-1 draw, more drop points from winning positions. Wasn't even a set piece this time, was it?
No, but another man being lost in the penalty area, and that's exactly what Mourinho's been saying. He said another guy who's been lost in the penalty area, which happens a lot of the time from set pieces. It's got to be addressed. But that's like, we conceded, but we shouldn't be in a position where we're just 1 goal ahead. We should never have been in that position. We had the chances to kill off this game and we just didn't take them, and we only have ourselves to blame. We invited Fulham onto us with only a 1 goal lead. We didn't kill the game off. And yet again, we're sitting here with more drop points, just giving away, take points. It's just frustrating, so frustrating. And I don't know when we're going to learn our lesson.
Yeah. Look, hopefully let's get Grandpa on, because I know he'll have something positive to say. Grandpa, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear you're doing well. What did you make out of that game today?
Very sad, really, because I thought it was a game, really a very game of 2 halves for some of the players. I mean, I thought that in the first half, Ndombele was absolutely outstanding. He was, I was going to say he was the man of the match,
Yeah, I agree.
but he was getting tired.
Yeah.
And he did nothing in the second half, and he quite rightly took him off. But what they weren't doing in the second half and in the first half, Rugalon was really playing well.
Yeah.
He had pace. He was getting through, and he made that beautiful pass into to Kane to get that goal.
Yeah.
So I'm giving Rugalon the man of the match. And mainly in the second half. But what I would also like to say was I don't think that we were giving him the ball enough. He got all the pace, but they weren't giving the ball. The ball was coming to the right and not to the left all the time. I mean, they were playing across the field well, but give it more to Rugalon. When they gave it to him, he brought it in, and he had pace, faster than anybody else. He didn't have the pace. He was losing out on pace when he was coming down the right wing there. Yeah. And I think that was also part of the problem that we were getting there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether who should have come on, but I think they should have come on a bit sooner.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons that we're failing in the second half is that we're getting tired, and I think he needs to spice it up earlier, like they did. I mean, when they brought on their substitutes, they actually made a difference to the game.
Agreed.
I just want to tell you, Grandpa, we just got a super chat here from London Dazza, and he says, just wanted to say Grandpa always cheers me up, especially after a bad result. So there you go.
When I try to, it's mainly about me trying to cheer myself up. So that's what you've got to do. And I suppose in the middle of the match, I've been watching the American elections, and it seems like democracy is winning, so that cheers me up a bit.
That's good. There's always a silver lining.
There's always a silver lining around, but that I'm still hopeful that we're going to get certainly in the top four and win one or two trophies.
But why do we keep doing the same thing? Why is there a theme of us taking the lead, sitting back on it, and us and it costing us kind of just giving up the advantage that we get? Because we always look so good in the first half. We always create loads of chances. We always look to press home our advantage and our quality. And then the second half, once we go 1-0 up, we sit back, we invite pressure on ourselves. We don't hold possession as well as we do in the first halves. But it's all right if it happens in a few games. But it's happening. It seems to be happening every other game at least at the moment, or even every game. I mean, why does this keep happening? What is the problem?
I think what happens is playing one hell of a lot of football, and in the second half, you've got to refresh the players sooner. If you keep on playing with the same ones, you're gonna be tired. You're going to lose that determination. We've got to. The last 2 or 3 matches we got got real determination to chase every ball. They weren't doing it in the second half. That they lost that fight, if you like. And I think that's down to the players, not so much down to the manager, but down to the manager in terms of not changing the players earlier. We've got such a good bench that it was really a shame, and that we didn't bring any of the others on earlier.
You got Gareth Bale and you got Dele Alli on the bench, and when you're chasing a game, surely they should come on. If they're not going to come on at 1-1 when you're chasing a game at home to Fulham, when are they going to come on?
Absolutely right. I absolutely agree. I thought they showed one stage where Bow looked like he was going to come on, but he didn't.
Yeah.
They should be coming on. Wait till the 70th minute or something when they brought somebody on. They're almost at half time. They should recognise that that's going to be their problem that you've been making, and they should actually refresh the team at that point. And then they should have taken Sanchez off and brought on.
Toby.
Yeah, bring on Toby as well, because he wasn't playing that well, or even Davis come on but that would have been the wrong side, wouldn't it? That would have he would have had to come on in the halfback, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I just think it just needed refreshing. It almost didn't matter which one of those top players that we've got. It needed that refreshing. That would be my comment on it. It was very sad, but I tell you, the results that are coming out this season are extraordinary.
Yeah.
we're not running against the tide. We're getting some very, very strange results and close wins where they shouldn't be, close wins, close losses where they shouldn't be. I don't know if that's down to the crowd or what, but it makes it interesting. It means all the time we've got opportunities as well.
But I tell you what, Grandpa, we've won 1 game in our last 6 now in the Premier League. We got to start winning games soon, or we really will start falling behind.
Yeah, but it's amazing that where we're at,
I know
we've lost and drawn that many. It's amazing, but that's because other teams are having such a funny time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
we'll
it's
see.
not lost.
We've got to keep fighting, and that's the main thing. And let's win the non-league ones as well. Let's win the cup.
All right, Grandpa, thanks a lot for coming on. Always great to hear your positivity. Thank you.
See you guys soon.
See ya.
you soon, Grandpa. Bye. Good to see you.
Always great to hear Grandpa's positivity.
Yeah, he always has a positive spin.
Always puts a smile on our faces. We got a super chat here from Colin Lumsden. Some of the crosses were tailor-made for Bale today.
Yeah. I mean, look, I would have brought on one of Bale or Dele for the last 10 minutes to try and really force the issue. He didn't feel the need for it. I'm not sure why, but I mean, who did we have on the end? We had Vinicius, Kane, Son on the left, Sissoko and Højbjerg in the pivot. Who was on the right? I can't remember. And Domblé was off.
Yeah, who came on?
Oh, Lamella. Lamella was there. But Lamella didn't quite have the impact we hoped.
Lamella was a bit anonymous when he came on, wasn't he?
It wasn't great, Lamella. But let's look at this tweet. This is probably the most Spurs tweet you'll see today. Tottenham since going top of the league on the December the 6th. Draw, loss, draw, win, draw.
Classic.
I mean,
Tottenham.
Is that not the most Tottenham thing you've ever seen?
Absolutely classic Tottenham.
That is just typical Spurs.
No matter whether we play defensive football, attacking football.
So that's 1 win in 7.
Nothing changes.
1 win in 7.
Is that 7?
That's what it's saying here.
Bloody hell.
Is that true? Because that
how
can't
is
be
it
true.
1 win in 7?
Because we drew to Palace, lost to Liverpool, lost to Leicester, drew to Wolves, then beat Leeds, didn't we? Was there a draw in between there?
No, because the Fulham game got cancelled.
Yeah, so I think that's wrong. I think it's 1.
Well, it's 1 win in 6 anyway.
Yeah, I think one of those draws
is
wrong. It's 1 win in 6, not 7. But that couldn't be the most Spurs thing.
Still awful. 1 win in 6 is disgraceful.
Terrible.
Disgraceful.
And just the most annoying thing is, of those 6 games, we were leading in 1, 2. We were leading in pretty much all of them, weren't we? Well, except for Leicester and Liverpool.
Yeah.
We were leading in all of them. The same thing happened. It's just Tottenham every single time. Every single time the same thing happened.
All right, let's get our next guest on. I think it's Alex or Sai.
Who's on? Sai? Hi, Sai.
Sai, how's it going,
Gentlemen.
Mate? Nice to
been
hear
a
from
while.
you on such a great occasion.
Is my signal all right?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all
mate.
good.
Brilliant. Spot on. For
Too
once.
cold to be by the train station today.
I know, right? Yeah, a bit dark as well. Don't think you'd see me. Yeah, that was a bit depressing again today, wasn't it?
Yeah, what do you put it down to?
I was having a conversation with a couple of mates on WhatsApp earlier about there doesn't seem to be too much difference between this season and seasons before, to be honest. Can't quite put my finger on it. I know. I still think we've got a few players that need to be replaced or changed about a bit, but I can't see that happening too much this year because of the situation that's going on still, and clubs are going to be worried about finances and whatnot. But I'm getting a bit tired now of what I've been saying for a long time, even last season, is we've got some unbelievable attacking players, right? Mm-hmm. And it's why every game do we try to go 1-0 up and then just sit back and don't do anything? And then we invite the pressure on. Now, it's okay to kind of have that tactic once in a while, but not every game. But the fact is, Toby's a fantastic defender, of course, but we know that we're still shaking the back. That is proven every time with the set pieces, with the crosses that come in, we don't handle them. So why on earth would we have a tactic, whether it be in the second half or just after we've scored that first goal? Why do we invite pressure to something that we know we're not very good at? That's what I don't understand the most out of all of it right now. And that's the most frustrating thing, because we could go on and try and get 2-3 goals, with the exception of the West Ham game, We could go and do that, and then sit back. Then the other team hopefully is run out of steam and gone, what's the point? And then we can change some players around. But I'm getting very, very frustrated with the amount of games this season where we've just simply stopped. Absolutely stopped. And then when we come to the substitution conversation, like your granddad said, it was like, why are we leaving that so late? What is the point? You know, half-time subs if needed. If players are flagging, they can't be asked, take them off. Or, you know, early in that second half, not, 80 minutes, 76 minutes when we're up against it. It's really, really getting annoying. I'm going to choose nice words to say so you don't lose your monetization.
But Si, what do you actually put it down to? Because Jose Mourinho, after all these games, comes out. I don't know if he said it today, but he comes out most of the time after these kind of performances and results and says, "Oh, the players are not following my instructions." But it's happening time and time and time again. So what do you put it down to?
I think it's just some of the players. I think it's very easy when we're in bad situations to point fingers. Like, we can say, like when I was with you guys at the Palace game, it was quite clear that there was a mix of some player errors, but also some really poor tactical management, in my opinion. When we were all there, we were all saying the same thing. And nothing's changed since that game. We still, sit back. We still invite the pressure. Yeah. And I think there's 2 or 3 players that I can think of that need replacing. They're not good enough.
You keep cutting.
And every time and time again, it's the same problem with them. And it's like, how many times do we keep doing this? Where was Rodon today? Was Rodon?
I don't think he was on the bench today, was he?
He wasn't.
Can you hear us, Si? You keep breaking out.
Oh, Rodon. Yeah, you're back now. I don't know what happened there. But Rodon, or anyone that can come in to do a job. I don't know what was going on with Toby as well, but it's just really, really frustrating. And no matter who plays, it's not difficult for our attacking players to go and score 2 or 3 more goals,
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand, is why do we sit back? And whose fault is that? I don't have the answer to that right now until I sit back, take the emotion away and analyse exactly perhaps what has happened. But who's to blame? What's to blame? The fact of the matter is, every game that from us where we've literally put the knife into teams, like we did at United in Old Trafford, for example, at the beginning. But since those kind of games, it's been score a goal and then sit back. Well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? We have the capability to score 3 or 4 goals, put the game to bed, but no, we sit back and we invite the pressure to something that we are not very good at, which is defending.
I agree.
Si, just before I let you go,
Don't get it.
Just before I let you go, Si, are we still going to win the league?
And on that note, yeah.
All right, Si, I think your internet
yes.
connection was a bit dodgy.
Sorry, Si.
I sent you a picture. If you can just put it up, it's Dele Alli's latest Instagram story. It's just him, just looking really like all of us, pretty much. Yeah, it just tells the story, doesn't it? Just like all of us.
What do you think he's trying to say there?
I don't know.
He's sending a message? Is he saying
after Fabrizio Romano coming out and said he's trying to force a move?
Yeah, maybe there's something to that. Looking at that, look, it's not a good situation. I don't know why Jose doesn't bring him on today.
After praising him as well and saying, he's going to be a part of this game, he's going to be a part of this game.
It's very strange.
The game was calling out for him with Ndombele going off.
I agree.
And even before Ndombele went off, it was calling out for him.
So it's very peculiar. I don't know why he hasn't taken him off. But anyway, he's had a few things to say, Jose, post-game. He was asked... how much does it worry you that you're not killing off games, and is it up to other players to give Son help? He said, I understand that first half we had chances to kill the game. Some of them are Areola's responsibility. In the second half, we had the biggest chance to kill the game, but when you don't do it, you cannot concede goals the way we did.
What was the biggest chance to kill the game?
Son, when he hit the post.
Right.
This is the same story basically since the beginning of the season. We can talk about not killing the game. We can speak about that. And today was a clear situation where we could and should have killed the game in the first half. But then you go back to the goals that we conceded, and it's not easy to assimilate that. It's not also easy to assimilate that. So he's clearly very frustrated, and he's asked, with the goals conceded, how angry does it make you when your team switch off for a second, and what will you say to your defenders after that? He then says, interestingly, I think there are things that have to be with the characteristic of players. There are things that are difficult too. There are some things that they have to do with organisation of the team, but there are other things they have to do with individual skills and individual ability, and it's as simple as that.
Sounds like we need some new centre backs.
That's what maybe he's calling for at the moment. It kind of sounds like that. You can't. And is it true that as a collective, as the system we put in, we're okay, but then when we get down to individual ability,
I agree.
we're found wanting?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is that right?
I think when you look at our centre backs this season, Toby Alderweireld, Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez, I mean, yeah, collectively we've been great defensively this season, and we've put in good performances, defensive shape, and Jose Mourinho has done a great job at that, kind of improving our defensive shape and not conceding goals from open play and whatever. But are they good enough, these players?
It's a good question. And last quote from JJ, I'll read out. He was asked what did you make of the performance? He says, not good enough, but good enough to win. Not good enough because I think we have to play better in a more consistent way, but good enough to create 4 or 5 big chances, good enough to give Hugo a very quiet evening, good enough to win the game, but not good enough because we have to play better than we did.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. Let's get Alex on. Alex, your Tottenham therapy session starts now. You're on the clock. I'll send you the invoice at the end.
Yeah, thanks. I owe you for last time still. I've got to pay.
I'll keep the tab open.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, my God.
What did you put that down to today? 2
things. I think there's 2 very specific things which I think other people and you guys have covered as well, but I think it's worth going over.
Yeah.
Firstly, I think you literally just mentioned it. The system that he's put in place, right, actually works really well. The counter-attacking focus, I think, works. We get those opportunities, and you can see we're capable of winning games. That is down to Mourinho, and that's a good system he's put in place. And I don't think you should be. It's fair to criticise him for that, but his in-game management leaves so much to be desired at times. Like, it is terrible. And not just that, I think the system's good, but also putting Sissoko at right wing, like, I'm not sure if that's when we've got other options put there. Gareth Bale, Bergwijn, Lucas.
I mean, Bergwijn, I think he was a doubt before the game. But yeah, I definitely get your point options. Yeah, I get your point for sure, and yeah, I think you're right, 100%.
Yeah, and his in-game management, like, oh come on, like we were all playing Fulham goal roulette at the 60th minute. Everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah,
like come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
everyone knew. If you would have seen the comment section on the watch along, literally every comment was just, "This is going to be 1-1." This is going to be 1-1.
I mean, Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Everyone knew it. And how can us, who don't get paid 15 million a year, see it, and Jose can't? And it just really confused me. But there seems to be a sort of thing going on in the fan base, which, like, either you think this is Mourinho's fault, or you think, oh yeah, no, what Mourinho's he's done his best, he's put the system in place. It's the players. That's not it. It's both. I'm telling you, it's both. Because the second point is the players. And he is completely right about this, as you just said before I came on. individually are not good enough. I'm sorry, I could have told you at the beginning of the season that centre-back pairing, or basically actually all our centre-backs, are not good enough. They're not good enough if you want to compete for the league, which I know was never really a realistic aim for this season. But still, they're not good enough really with the form we're in of 1 win in 6 games to even get top 4. That's not top 4 form. That's mid-table form at best, actually. Funnily enough, that's Arsenal form.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it's so frustrating, because it's really easy to just put your blame. And for me, it's no secret from day one, I haven't been Mourinho out or anything, or you know, completely anti Mourinho. I've credited him where it's due, but I would what you call maybe Mourinho skeptic, perhaps. You know, a bit since day one. And it really doesn't do him any favors when he performs like that. And yeah, being a manager, it is a performance of the game. You should get assessed when you perform like that and doesn't make the right substitutions, changes the game at the right time. But the players as well. It's just, how can you let Fulham get back into the game like that? The individual mistakes, just everything together. How can who was he 5'9", the guy that scored? I think for Fulham.
Something like that. He's not that tall.
He's 5'9", right, and beats Eric Dyer for the header.
I'm looking at that. I just watched the goal back now. I was just looking at it, and Dyer does lose him. He loses him. I don't understand it.
This is Jose Mourinho's golden boy as well. You know what I mean? Plays in every single game, no matter what.
Not good enough.
I mean, why is Dyer I know, Dyer, right, he's been okay this season, but he's not been anything special. I mean, but why is he our number one centre-back? What?
Toby's been better, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Is Alderweireld injured?
He was on the bench. He was on the bench, man.
No, that's what I mean. Does he have some sort of thing that's stopping him starting these games? That's why I'm wondering. Because he is, I think he is by far our best centre-back. You know? And so why isn't he starting what it is? You know, you should be winning these games at home. I want to
know. I genuinely want to know why Jose Mourinho has such a hard-on for Eric Dyer.
I'd love to know that as well.
Seriously, because I like Eric Dyer. I don't have that much of a problem with Eric Dyer, but he's not good enough to start week in, week out, to be one of the undroppables. Let's say he's not good enough to be there.
Yeah, he shouldn't be an undroppable. I agree.
He's not Højbjerg. You know, he's not Kane. Why is he there? And you know, it is just sad to see, because we really needed a centre-back. I'm not talking of Joe Rodon in the summer, who was, you know, Skriniar was very expensive. I didn't expect us to buy him because he was very, very expensive. But someone else, you know what, funny enough, a Gabriel, who Arsenal got for not the highest transfer fee ever, but someone who's actually pretty good and can do a job even on the left side. And so I'm just confused, because I don't think we're going to sign anyone this window. Yeah. I don't think anyone's coming in, which I don't think that's a knock on Spurs, because the money's so difficult at the moment, and I do have actually quite a bit of sympathy for that. But it is just not good enough, and that Dele Alli thing is just very interesting, because you know, why don't you just bring him on when you take off Ndombele? It doesn't make sense. Why don't you use that? Did we use 3 substitutions today?
No, I think we used 2.
We only used 2.
Lamella and Vinicius came on.
Oh, come on!
And you're trying to chase a game with Højbjerg and Sissoko trying to create for us.
I'm sorry, and actually, you start the game with 3 defensive midfielders.
Yeah, but it worked at the start.
It did work in the first half. First half, we should have killed off that game.
We should have been 3-0 up by
Second half was the problem.
Well, there we go. And there you go into the individual errors. It's both. It's the individual errors as well. And yeah, Son doesn't escape criticism. He should be burying that chance. Absolutely.
But look, Son on another day does bury that chance. He's been so clinical this season, so you can't really put any blame on Son, to be honest.
You don't put. I don't think this loss is his fault, but you know, he should be burying those chances. And I think it is a difficult one, because I love Son. We all love Son, but it is a team effort, and it was the team today that really disappointed us. But also, just so many weak performances that really make you worry about, because you can't just go and replace your entire back line.
We don't need to replace our entire
We only
back
need
line.
2 centre backs and a right back potentially.
Yeah, well, good. We'll get those in like 2-3 years time. That's how it works. How long does it take us to even get a right back in?
Yeah, after Carl Waltwell. Serge.
Oh my god! And actually, you know what? The wing backs today looked really good.
In the first half.
You know what I mean?
In the first half.
In the first half. That's really encouraging to see. Reguilón's an awful player. Madrid should definitely not look at him. By the way, just everyone tweets at Madrid saying, "Oh, what an awful performance by him." Yeah, I felt very hot-headed in the second half because I just knew it was coming in, and when that goal went in, I kind of lost it. Really,
I think we all did.
It was so predictable.
Look, we're all in the same boat here. We all know exactly what was coming, and when it came, I think everyone just exploded. It's just not good enough.
And we all know what's wrong. We all know what's wrong. It is. I think the key thing is actually it's in the air. In the air, our defenders are not good enough defending the penalty box, and that is something that needs change. And you look at players like I don't know, Virgil van Dijk, Harry Maguire, players that can head the ball out of the box very, very regularly, and it's their job to do that. We need a player like that, and I don't see a player like that coming in. Not that I kind of expect it, because I know money's so tight, but how has this not been looked at in previous years?
And at the end of the day, if we know these defenders are dodgy, and Jose knows the defenders are dodgy and they've got mistakes in them, why invite so much pressure onto them?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But anyway, Alex.
Nice one, Alex.
Thanks a lot,
Good
mate.
to see you, mate.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Always a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you next time. Let's get on. Well, this is a long name. Ty McKinnon Mayor. Oh, they just left.
We've had a mayor.
All right, Ty, if you're still watching, do come back. We'll get you on next.
We got a super chat here from Kev Williams. Sorry, we got a super chat from Kev Williams saying, "Hi Ben, hi Sim. I keep saying about Dyer not being good enough. He will keep playing him, but he's not a natural defender." I
can hear myself in the.
Oh, it's Ambasish.
Ambasish, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, guys. Hi.
So I can hear myself. You've got something on the background?
Well, he's got
headphones. I can hear. I can
maybe
hear
someone
echo
else
from
in the
your
back
background.
I think
It's
it's
better
better.
now.
Yeah, it's better now.
better.
It's better now.
It's better. Yeah.
Ambasish, 1-1 against Fulham today. Not good enough. What do you put it down to?
Not good enough. I think all of you guys have already spoken a lot about what was wrong. I would really like to highlight 3 or 4 key factors which I thought were responsible, or which keep happening, which are responsible for these type of performances continuing for a couple of months now. But just to lift the mood a little bit, I would like to
please, we need it. We need it, please.
One, can anyone explain to me why the rival goalkeepers keep producing save after save? Be it Newcastle, be it Crystal Palace, it seems as if the goalkeepers keep having worldies when they play against Spurs.
I think that's happened for as long as I've been a Spurs fan for, to be honest.
Yeah, this is something which has been hurting me for almost 3 decades now. That is one point. And the second point is, look, guys, as your grandpa said, and I think one of the previous speakers also said, it's not that we have been dismal or really awful. It's far from that. We have actually been good enough to win that game, but I think the fans missing in the stadium, that's a big factor for us not having that last push, because with the game locked at 1-1 in the 78th or 80th minute with fans in the stadium, it gives a different atmosphere. It gives a different motivation to the team. So let's not be too harsh on the team. There are a lot of things. Fulham played well as well. But having said that, those were the two positive things. And of course, I thought Harry Winks was absolutely sensational today.
That's what I like to hear.
I love the combination of Harry Winks and Reguilon today. So those were real positive signs today. Now coming back to the negative, I can go on and on and on. But I think the writing was on the wall in the 46th minute itself when we came out of the break and just did nothing. We stopped playing football. It's true we could have killed off the game in the first half itself. But then these things are going to happen. You know, we are playing against good teams. So every team has good players and they're all going to fight. So if we can't kill off the game in the first half, then we have to continue playing football and not sleep in the second half. That is one point. And the second is, how on earth are we beginning a game with Musa Sissoko on the right wing? I mean, this game was crying out for the very exact things that all of us have been calling out from the beginning of the season. We need creativity in the midfield, in midfield. And today, the game was crying out for creativity. We need a Dele Alli, or we need to bring someone in. I don't know if money permits. Lamela was as good as not on the park. Why would you not bring in Gareth Bale? Why would you not bring in Lucas Moura? How can you continue playing with Musa Sissoko? That's one question. And the third point is, how can you take off Harry Winks and not Højbjerg, who was already on a yellow? The Winks was the only guy who was doing something, who was trying something.
And Ndombele.
And Ndombele, of course. So when you take off Ndombele, you need to bring in Dele Alli. And I would rather have Ben Davies playing as a right winger than Musa Sissoko, you know. I mean, I lost count of the number of errors and technical mistakes that guy did from the 7th or 8th minute onwards. It's as if he was the only guy who was not in sync with the rest of the team. And these things are going to keep on happening, you know. A couple of months ago, we were talking about being at the top of the league, and now we have put in a performance, one victory in 6 matches, which is at par with what Arsenal or Chelsea are doing, you know.
Yeah, if anything, Arsenal are bloody better form than us.
Yeah, and this one hurts, you know. I mean, from last night itself, watching that mediocre team coached by that clown, again nicking a 1-0 victory, and then the least I could expect was winning the game today against Fulham. But you know, this is what you're going to get if we have this same sort of people coming into this system. You know, the system which Jose has is correct, but I have no idea why Toby Alderweireld, who has been the best centre back so far, keeps getting benched, and we keep getting Eric Dyer playing every match. I mean, this is, when are we going to bring on Toby and Joe Rodon together as a pair? That is going to be the perfect solution, in my opinion, rather than Sanchez and Eric Dyer. This is not going to work.
Yeah, it's not a bad point.
I think Joe Rodon and Toby Alderweireld should really start in the next game.
Joe Rodon,
but tell me, why do you think Eric Dyer is one of Jose's undroppables?
He speaks Portuguese. But Jose Mourinho is normally not the type, you know, who's going to look at emotions or things like that. He looks at performance. And for us, for 30 million, for everybody, it is very clear that Eric Dyer can't start every day, week in, week out, be it the Premier League, be it the Europa League, be it the FA Cup or whatever it is. He just can't start. And he keeps playing this long balls, thinking he's the Toby lookalike, but it doesn't work. He does well. I'm not saying he doesn't play well. He played really well. He has put in good performances against the likes of City and so on. But, you know, Eric Dyer is a good defender. Everybody in our team is a good player, but then any other team in the Premier League has good players. So when we want to be a bunch of good guys playing a game as a good team, we are never going to win. You know, we need to be ruthless. We need to be exceptional. And that is what is missing.
All right, Ambassador. Thank you so much for coming on.
Good to hear from you, Ambassador.
Good to hear from you as always.
Better luck next time.
I just want to say the camera wasn't on him, but when you were talking about Winks, Simeon had a massive smile on his face.
So I'm somewhat appreciating his work. I like it.
Harry Winks was my man of the match today.
I wouldn't identify that far, but he played well.
All right, brilliant. Thank you very much for coming on, man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Cheers.
Let's go to Simon. Hi, Simon.
Hi guys.
Hi, mate. What do you put that down to today? Absolutely diabolical yet again. I mean, the performance wasn't diabolical for the 90 minutes, but it's the same mistakes that keep creeping in every time.
I think it comes down to weak mentality, Ben. Absolutely. Second half performance again. First half performance was fantastic. We should have put that to bed. Second half performance. How many times are we going to see it this season? Crystal Palace, West Ham, Newcastle, now today, Wolves. It's just not good enough, guys. It's absolutely not good enough.
But how? But why is it in the first half? Right, we're so dominant. We're so make so many clear-cut chances. And we just can't kill off the game. We can only get the one goal. We take that goal lead into the second half, and we don't perform the same. What is that? Does that make it even more frustrating? The very fact that we're so good in the first half shows how dominant we can be when we want to, when we want to be on top. When we're getting players like Ndombele involved in the game, we're keeping possession well. We're keeping the ball away from our goal. Does that make it all the more frustrating that we keep performing like we do in the second half?
It is, Sim. It is. It's just so frustrating. As you said, that first half was there for the taking. We got the goal. We could have got on. We should have went on and got the second and third goal, killed the game off. But I don't know. I think it was from the word go. It was from selection, as you said there. Sissoko playing out wide, Sanchez starting.
But
look,
guys, especially weak mentality.
But Simon, you say the selection was the issue, but first half we were so dominant. We created so many chances. We put away 2 or 3 of those chances. We're not talking about
Mourinho's fault the chances were missed, is it?
Exactly. We're not talking about the selection being wrong. I get your point about mentality, but in terms of the selection, we were all over them in the first half. The game should have been done after the 45 minutes.
No, I totally agree with you guys. I totally agree with you. But it was the second half. I think he just didn't make the subs quick enough.
Yeah,
he waited again to the 70-odd minute. He should be waiting for the 50-odd minute. Okay, it's not working. Let's change it up. And as we said, there's Dali and Bale there, and then he doesn't bring him on. I just with Dele Alli, if he's not going to play him, let's sell him. Let's just sell him, because I don't know what he's needed to do to play.
I don't know if you saw Dele's post on social media after the game. I saw it, yeah. Do you read anything into that?
That's just Dele, isn't it? That is just Dele. He just total. I think he wants out, guys. I really do. At the end of the day, you can say you don't blame him, but if he's not putting his weight in the same direction as Jose, then you can say, right, Jose's right there. Do you know what I mean? So, but if Jose's not going to play him, I think we should sell him, guys. Just get someone else in. Just sell him and get a Sabitzer in the same. I mean, someone's going to change that midfield.
At the end of the day, if you're not going to bring him on or bring Gareth Bale on when we're chasing the game at 1-1 at home to Fulham, no less, then when are you going to bring him on? What's the point of bringing them on when we've already won the game and the game's won? You know what I mean? Or playing them against Marine. When are they going to play?
Exactly. Ben, you're absolutely spot on. Absolutely. That second half, seriously, when especially when they equalised, that last 15 minutes was crying out for LA or crying out for Bale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then they're sitting there, they're not even bringing them on. That's the frustrating bit. That's the frustrating bit, because Jose, I'm not a Jose out, guys. I mean, I like Jose. You know what I mean? But things like this just irritate me. Just really irritate me. Just frustrating. Absolutely frustrating.
Is there any kind
of... The thing is, guys, it's not...
Go on, Simon.
The thing is, this is not the first season we see it. It's season after season, guys, against teams like this. Season after season. We just don't learn by our mistakes, do we? I mean, it's the same old story all the time against these teams. We should be beaten every single time. It's frustrating.
It is frustrating. But look, we got Sheffield United next weekend, or this weekend. Let's hope we can get finally 3 points back on the board. Simon, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Simon.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you again.
Thanks for coming on. Ooh, let's bring on our next guest. It's Anik.
Hey, Anik.
Anik, how you doing, mate?
Not well. It's 5 a.m. in the morning.
5 a.m.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I am awake and watching this horrendous game.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
You know, so dominant in the first half. Fulham actually probably the dominant side in the second half. Why do we keep trying to hold on to 1-0 leads?
I'll tell you, I'll just to answer this question. I even like to bring 2 or 3 points.
Okay.
We played Marine and we played Brentford last 2
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho puts one of the strongest teams compared to others who are playing their second team or whoever. They're playing a very strong team. Today, we had to get a 3-point to get into the top 3 of the table. You put a bizarre lineup.
Sorry, can't really hear. Sorry, can't really hear you.
Anik, your internet keeps
Anik,
dropping
sorry.
out.
Do you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Am
that's
I
a bit
audible
better.
now?
That's a bit better.
Yeah. I told against Marine and Brentford, we put up a team that is very strong.
Yeah.
And today, when you see today's lineup, it's a bizarre lineup. I don't get what they're trying to do. Slowly, we try to dominate the game. The point is, we miss chances because we had a team full of midfielders and that too holding midfielders. That's why we didn't kill the game. We were creating chances, but why play Sissoko? Then, as the game progresses, the second half comes. 60 minutes, you look at your watch, you're thinking he will bring someone else. No. 65 minutes, no. 70 minutes, no. After we concede, he brings on Lamela. He has made such a drama about Lamela in the press conference. He has not been fit, he has not played games, and you bring in Lamela. Why not Bale? Why not other players?
Yeah, and as
This is
well,
the
after
frustrating
after
part.
speaking up about Delhi as well, after Marine, about how
Yes.
he's going to be involved against Fulham, I'm so proud of Delhi, whatever he said about Delhi. And then, on the flip side, whatever he was saying about Lamela,
Yes.
but then he brings on Lamela and not Delhi. I don't get it. What must Dele Alli must be thinking right now?
Exactly. After so much drama, he brings on Lamela. The problem with Jose Mourinho's side, I'll tell you, Jose Mourinho orchestrates defense very well. But on the offensive part, he leads on the creativity and imagination of the players. That we don't have. Harry Kane is a number 9 player. Can't expect him to create chances week in and week out. You don't. Ndombele was good, but he gets tired. Lo Celso, I am not a big fan of him just because of the fact big players don't get injured. Keep himself fit. Lo Celso does not keep himself fit. And I'm telling you, again he'll come, he'll play 3-4 games, he'll go again. He's not just reliable. This is not a system that is sustainable in long term. Maybe we can win a League Cup or maybe the Europa League. I mean, this is
Sorry,
our target.
you keep breaking up, Anik. I think we're going to have to cut this one short. But thank you for coming on. Sorry, we couldn't really hear you. But thank you for coming on, and we'll get you on next time.
Anik, hope to hear you again after the Sheffield United game. But
Right.
I think you can get some well-deserved sleep now.
Cheers.
Yeah, bye-bye. Good night.
Sorry about that. We have Jeremy Smith with a super chat here says, I can see Jose at Spurs ending very bad if this continues. Get rid of some of the deadwood. Depends on who he's talking about, I guess. I want to show you this tweet as well. I think this quite sums up our season. Tottenham's drop off in performance from first half to second is undeniable. Look at this. First half, 19 goals conceded, which is equal first. 4 goals conceded. 19 goals scored, which is first. 4 goals conceded, which is first. In the second half, 11 goals scored, which is 10th, and 12 goals conceded, which is 9th.
This is what I'm saying.
And that is the difference. This is right here, plain as day. Plain as day. First half, we're the best team in the league.
Keep doing what you're doing.
First half, we're the best team in the league. Second half, we're mid-table, and that's why we are where we are.
Yeah.
And that's why we're not.
It's plain and simple. It's plain as day for everyone to see. It's, you know what I mean? Like, why does the same thing keep happening over and over and over again? It makes no sense.
I completely, and I kind of feel for Jose in a way because we create so many chances and we just don't kill the teams off. And then it's not his fault that we're not killing these teams off. It's not his fault we're missing these chances. Newcastle, how many chances we had in that game? How many chances? Liverpool, Bergwijn has
Yes,
2
but
chances.
you keep going when these chances don't go in. You don't just revert into your shells and let the other team come at you.
I agree with you, but why? It's not his fault these chances aren't going in. How many more
Is it
chances?
his fault that we don't keep going?
I know, but how many more chances do you want to create? You know what I mean? You can only create so many chances in a game. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean, because yes, we create a host of first half chances, but then we don't create anything in the second half.
I know, but you can't create 20 chances in a game. You know what I mean?
Well, if you create 10 in the first half, why can't you create 10 in the second half?
Because teams learn how to learn during a game. Teams can adapt, just like we can
should be
adapt.
adapting.
I know,
our
but
play
when
according to that.
Yes, but when we get the chances, we need to be taking them.
I agree. Of course, we need to be taking them. If we take them, we can have those performances.
Yes,
in the second
but
half.
I'm saying,
if we don't take our chances, we need to keep going.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when it's not like we're creating 1 or 2 chances. We're creating 3, 4, 5. This is enough chances to be killing the teams
Yeah, it
off,
is.
and that's credit to us and credit to Mourinho for creating this. But I agree. Obviously, we have to keep going, and our drop off is something that has to be sorted. But why are we not scoring from these chances?
Not clinical enough.
Why? We need to be clinical. We have to be scoring when we create the amount of chances we can. There's we can't create endless amount of chances. It's not how we play. So
All right,
we have to be killing these games off.
Let's get Brian on, because I can see him waiting in the back end there.
Hi, Brian.
Ready to come on.
Evening, lads. How you doing?
All good. Well, I was going to say all good, but not really after that. What do you put it down to, Brian?
Well, I'm fuming and absolutely outraged, but I think there's a bigger problem here, which I don't understand. We have such attacking flair and we defend. Like your grandfather said, we have such pace with Reguilon, Bow, and we play with no pace. We've got all these assets and we're not playing to our strengths. We're playing to the opponent's strengths, and it's really, really starting to annoy me now.
But you say that, but I would say in the first half we did play to our strength. We had chance after chance. We were creating. We had pace on the flanks with Reguilon. We had pace with Aurier. They were both getting up and down the pitch really well. Son had a couple of chances himself. Ndombele was creating a lot in that first half. But why in that second half do we always revert? And then it's what you say. Then it is what my grandpa says and about us kind of not being fast enough, playing to the other team's strengths instead of our strengths. Why does that keep happening?
Do you know what? I can't put my finger on it because it keeps happening. And Jose, when we concede from set pieces, keeps saying we have a meeting about a meeting about a meeting to discuss. There's something that is not going through to the players. I think they need to sit down and break it down bit by bit and say, like, what part are you not getting? Because there is definitely a breakdown in communication somewhere, and it's just so frustrating. Like you said, it's typical us. The big games when we can really make inroads into the Premiership, we have a result like this. It's just so frustrating.
I mean, 1 win now in our last 6 Premier League games. I mean, it's not good enough, is it? It's just not good enough.
It's shocking. After the Arsenal game, if anyone had said this is going to be our run of form after it, everyone would have said you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
And we've just literally capitulated. And like I said, what is the point of Gareth Bale being there? You're only going to get him fit by giving him minutes.
Yeah.
So give him the goddamn minutes. And especially like what you were saying, how Dele Alli didn't come on the pitch at any point is beyond me.
Let me ask you this, because obviously Ndombele was only our only real creator today on the pitch.
Yep.
We spoke about Christian Eriksen last time we spoke. I think you know what I'm about to ask. I mean, if Eriksen is on that bench today, do you think he can come on and change it?
Like I said, my feelings won't change with him. If you tell me we get the 2016-17 Eriksen, all day long. But if we get the Eriksen left Spurs, not a chance. I'll give Dele Alli the role. He did after his performance with Marine and after everything that Jose said, he deserved the chance. And then his Instagram post, totally warranted. If that's what Jose's going to do to him, it's just so unfair.
But back on Eriksen for a second, because I can actually remember a couple of times when he came off the bench and actually changed the game for us, even when he was on his downward spiral. And that makes me feel that he can come on and change the game, even if it's just off the bench.
He has the ability to do so. We all know that, and there's no getting away with it. It's his attitude, and he needs his head screwed on right. And if he comes back to Tottenham, I just don't think his attitude's going to be right. Don't get me wrong. If we get the Ericsson that can change games, he's phenomenal and it'd be brilliant. I just don't see it happening.
In terms of where we are now in the season, we're currently sixth. We're 6 points off top spot. Still very much in and amongst it for top four, and the league's still very tight. Obviously, we're in a cup final. Obviously, there's a lot of problems we still need to iron out. But how do you assess where we are at this point in the season?
I thought we'd really be in the top four now and challenging for third or second. This run of form I just didn't see coming. Then with Corona and changing of fixtures, I think it's a fair assessment. But I think come the end of it, we will be in the top four and at least the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Thank you for coming on, Brian.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a good evening.
Cheers,
Nice
mate.
one, Brian.
All right, let's go.
I want to show you this tweet, by the way, just to illustrate with the point I was making before. Let me just show you this. This is big chances created this season in the whole Premier League. So there's City in 40, Spurs in 38, Liverpool 37. So my point being here is creating chances isn't our problem. Because we create most of the league. That can't double. You can't create 70 chances in these games. You know what I mean?
But if you keep going in the second half, you can create more.
No, yeah, but not that many more. We have to. When you create
enough to finish off a game, though.
Exactly, but this is enough to finish off a game. We're second in the league.
It is enough. I know that.
That's my point. In terms of how we're creating chances, it has to be down to the players to be finishing these chances.
Look, I accept your point that we are creating enough chances to win games. 100% we are creating enough chances to win games. But when those goals don't go in, you have to keep going. That's all I'm saying.
I know, I get that, but I'm just saying...
We're just going to keep going around in circles,
I know, but when
we're both making correct points.
Yeah, I'm just saying, when you create chances in the game, you can't just create endless chances. You can't. It's not possible. Teams, there's a reason teams have defenses and they adapt. You create a chance, and then teams identify the problem, and they plug the gap. That's what happens. But when you get the opportunity, when you exploit that weakness in the defense, you have to take it. Otherwise, it might not come again. And that's what we're seeing. We're creating loads of chances. We're not taking all of them. We're not killing the game off, and those chances aren't coming
at
again.
home to Fulham, we should be creating chance after chance after chance after chance.
And we did.
In the first half.
Always Son in the second. Had a
One
really good
chance.
chance. Yes,
One
Soko
clear-cut
had that chance
in
where
the
he missed
second
hit.
half.
Yeah, I know. It should be more, but that should be enough to kill the game. It should have been enough.
Should be.
Anyway.
All right, let's go on to our next guest. I think it's Josh. Josh, are you there?
Yeah, we need Josh. I need Josh in my life
Josh,
right now.
Come on, let's hear what you have to say. I mean,
need
you
to
always
hear some
bring a
Josh,
positive
please.
spin. Let's hear it. You're on mute.
Oh,
I think you're on mute.
No, we can't have you on mute, Josh. Not now. Not
now.
Oh, I'm back.
There we go.
There we go.
Yay!
Hey, get me a heart attack. Come on.
Josh,
Sorry,
talk to
man,
me.
listen.
Talk to me, man.
Guys, talking of heart attacks, my cholesterol's dropped, man. No samosas, 1 in 6 games, man. 1 in 6 games, you know what I mean? What's going on, man?
Come on,
Do you know what I
Jose.
mean?
We
My
need to get Josh's cholesterol up. Come on,
I
man.
need my cholesterol back up. The GP stopped calling me. I stopped my tablets. I'm not happy, man. I need my samosas back, guys. Do you know what? I've gone from samosas to Corona. Man. Yeah, and not 1 bowl, 2 bowls.
I hope you don't have 19 bowls.
Forget COVID-19. I got the real Corona out here, man. Oh, man, I tell you what. If you're a Spurs fan or you're thinking of being a Spurs fan, you better bloody enjoy alcohol, man, because you're going to need it, man, especially on a blimmin' Wednesday night. Fulham at home. 3 points on paper, guys. Oh, man. What can I say? What can I say? Look, this is my reflection on it, guys, yeah? Look, every team in the Premier League knows how to play against Tottenham. Put balls in the box. Get the ball wide, out on the wings, and get that damn ball in the box, yeah? Get that header on, and you've got a chance against Tottenham. Going through the middle isn't quite working for the opposition because we're pretty strong in the middle. We've always got that last-minute tackle coming in. So what are teams doing? They're going down the sides, and they're banging the ball in, and they're getting success. We've seen it time and time and time again, yeah? Jose doesn't have to be a computer scientist to work that one out. So what happened today? What happened today? Exactly what Scott Parker's probably been telling them to do. Get the ball wide and whip it in and get ready to header it. Get ready to exploit that one weakness that Tottenham have, and they keep showing it week in, week out, is that one weakness is get the ball banging, set piece, corners, whatever it is, get the bloody ball in the middle. Don't play football around the middle. It's not going to work. Højbjerg's too strong. Sissoko's in there. They'll always have a third man coming in to cut the ball out. And guys, that's what upsets me the most, is that are these players right, not realizing how they're getting beaten week in, week out. I mean, if you're a boxer and you keep getting done on an uppercut, you learn to defend an uppercut, right? It's really simple. You think this is how I'm getting beaten. Why are these players not realizing this? Today, there's 3 players to blame. 3 players. When you look back at the goal, guys, and I know you guys get straight into the show, but when you look back at the goal, Sissoko's pointing to Aurier. Go and defend that ball. What does Aurier do? He walks to the ball. He doesn't run to the ball. He doesn't push the player backwards or to the wide or to the right or backwards. He lets the player go past him. He doesn't press the player, guys. He doesn't put 100% and he puts in a 5 out of 10 crappy walking kind of challenge, right? When you watch it back. Second mistake. So that's mistake 1. Second mistake is Sanchez. That player, I don't know his name, but he sold him a Happy Meal without a toy. He sold him a Happy Meal without a toy, man. The guy's taken him this way, and then he's sent him back home, back to Sanchez. I don't know where you're from, mate, but
Colombia.
You don't even need a PCR, mate. That guy sent you straight there. He sent him that way, and he's gone, right, happy days, I'm gonna cross it. Why is Sanchez not pushing his player backwards? Why would you leave the corridor open to swing his left foot round, which is what Scott Parker's told him to do, to get the ball in? Sanchez, you idiot. And then number 3, it's a comedy of errors. This stuff could be in theatre in London. It's comedy, honestly. Literally only fools and horses, yeah, on repeat. Eric Dyer, ball watching. As a defender, you don't ball watch. You check your man and you hold it close to you and you make sure that you've got your man covered. The stupidity of Dyer is his ball watching. And when you ball watch, there's 2 things that can happen. 1, the ball comes to your feet because you think, I've got this, or you lose your man. And in football, whether it's Sunday league or pub football or whatever it is, you do not lose your man, guys. You do not lose your man. You must know where your man is. And it's a complete comedy of errors. When you watch that goal back, it is, for an opposition fan, you're sitting there with popcorn and laughing all the way to the bank because it was 3 errors in 10 seconds. And that's how we lost that goal. We lost that game because of defensive errors, guys. I agree with a lot of the callers saying, and your point as well, Ben, about not attacking in the second half enough. I understand that. But listen, I'll remind you, when Sissoko came out in the second half, why didn't he square that ball to the best right foot in the game? Harry Kane is waiting to just swing his foot right round that ball. Yeah, Sissoko tries to score when he's not really a goal threat. He did the right thing, Sissoko. He came up the right wing. He did his job. He took the ball past a few players. But why is he not squaring it? Why is he not squaring it, man? I'll tell you what, the headers is annoying me, the guys. The headers is annoying me. Now, Ledley King, I'll tell you what, we are giving away more headers than a prostitute in King's Cross right now. Someone needs to look at that. Ledley King, yeah. I'm not laughing, yeah. Listen, you're allowed to say that on YouTube, right? I'll say it again. We're giving away more headers than a prostitute in King's Cross. It's gangbang business right now. Gangbang. Everyone's coming to our ground, or wherever we are, headers in the box. And I can't deal with that right now, man. I can't deal with these headers. Every time a ball comes in, where's our defensive shape? Where is the press, guys? Oreo biscuit, whatever it is, I'll snap him off. Why isn't he pressing the first player? Why is he not pressing the first player? Aurier, please give me an explanation. What do you think this is? Do you think the 70th minute of the game or the 70th minute of a game is stoppage time? Guys, we got to have this psyche where we're just on it, man. And I don't blame Mourinho that much, Ben. I'm with you, Ben. We created enough chances. We should be beating Fulham quality-wise. No matter which way you put those players out, I don't care about Winks or Sissoko, whichever way you want to do it, we should be beating them. Quality, man-to-man, pound for pound, we should be beating that, right? They should work out a way to beat them. How we've lost against them today, for me, the way I saw the game, is carelessness and lack of focus and concentration and not pressing the ball. The amount of times that ball kept coming in because the press was a 5 out of 10 press. It wasn't an 8 or a 9 out of 10, guys. And when you watch the game back, the press, some players are pressing. Reguilon, absolute G. Pressed his way, pressed everything that was in front of him. That guy could literally was ironing shirts out there, man. But some of those other players were not pressing. And when you don't press in football, you invite the opposition to attack you. And today, Aurier, no press. Sanchez, sold the absolute monkey. And Eric Dyer, ball watching. And guys, that's Sunday League football, man. We can't be a top team and challenge for the title. And Ledley King, I hope your notebook has those 3 things in there, because them 3 need to be taken into a room, into an isolation unit, and be told without no French, nothing, whatever, exactly what's going on, man. Because guys, when you look at the game, our defensive frailty let us down, man. And that's what annoys me more than the attacking side of anything, to be honest.
Josh, do you think these centre-backs are good enough?
Oh, you know what? I'll say this to you, right? You could be a better player than you are physically if you are mentally there. So if your focus and your mind and your commitment is 9 out of 10 and your ability is 5 out of 10, you could average to a 7, 8 out of 10 player. Eric Dyer, we know, isn't the most technical, but he has to use his nut. He has to use the thing between his ears, right? Sanchez, someone just said idiot. Mark, I think it was you, Marcelo. Absolutely correct, mate. Sanchez, I think what's he got in there? Has he got anything between his ears? You push out basic defending, you push your man backwards. You don't allow him down the corridor, right? And Serge Aurier, let's be honest, all three of them are pretty dense, aren't they? I mean, we can see that from the way they speak in interviews. All three of them are pretty dense. We know the smart players, Højbjerg, Toby, that someone who speaks well and puts together a good argument or a good case has something between their ears. I never heard sense come out of Eric Dyer's mouth. He sounds lost, right? And Serge Aurier, he's been through his commotions. And I'll say one more point, guys. Yeah, I know other callers have to come on. Matt Doherty is letting us down because when Matt Doherty puts pressure on Aurier, Aurier steps up his game. But right now, Aurier knows he's starting because Matt Doherty is not good enough. So Matt Doherty needs to, guys, competition for places, whether you're in a work environment, whether you're in a football environment, when you know someone is better than you or on your level at the very worst, you up your game. Right now, Serge Aurier has let us down tonight because he knows he's better than Matt Doherty. And for me, get Matt Doherty out the club, get it right back in. Guys, we need more competition, man. Some of these players know they're starting, and that's the problem. They know they're starting, man. They've got that privilege, which they shouldn't have.
Just before you go, Josh, I just want to ask you this. Eric Dyer, first of all, why is he one of Jose's undroppables? And two, who was your centre-back pairing be going into the season now?
Do you know what? I was a fan, and I still am a fan of Eric Dyer because I think he plays with his heart on his sleeve most games. I just think the boy needs coaching. I just think that these guys need to study the game. It's one thing going out and kicking a ball on a pitch. It's another thing sitting in a classroom and studying the game. And I feel like his mental knowledge is what's letting down Eric Dyer's liability. So I'm still a fan of Eric Dyer and Toby. He's got the mental side, but he's losing the physical side. But he's got the yard up there. He's got the knowledge. He sees the picture. He sees the game, which is why he makes so many last-minute tackles. Eric Dyer doesn't have that mentality. Now, is he just brain dead and that's it? And that's all we're going to get of Eric Dyer? Or does someone need to teach this guy the game and how it works in terms of, right, the ball's going to come in, where's my man? Not how fit am I, how strong am I, where's my man? That's the mental aspect of the game. But look, Joe Rodon has to be given a chance. But Joe Rodon's a risk, guys. He's not played at this level. So all these callers calling for Joe Rodon, expect mistakes is what I'm going to say to you. Expect mistakes and don't hang him when he makes mistakes. Eric Dyer, you can hang him because he's a professional athlete that's been doing this for so long. But you can't then call Joe Rodon out when he makes mistakes because he's not experienced at this level. So all those callers asking for Joe Rodon, be ready to take it on the chin because, the guy's young and he's inexperienced. But you know what? I'm still going Eric Dyer and Toby, guys, because I feel they've got the partnership and they've proven it this season. But they're getting complacent and they're getting arrogant and they're not using the nut. And the last 20, 30 minutes of the game is when the opposition will grow into it when it's 1-0. And that's when you got to just be absolutely focused. And today, guys, the psyche. Now, there's one point to be made. The psyche of the squad. We've lost 11 points from winning positions. 11 points from winning positions, right? Whether it be Newcastle a draw, whether it be West Ham a draw, whether it be today a draw. A lot of them are turning into draws, not losses. So not all is lost because we're not losing, but we are drawing, right? So there is a problem, but it's not the end of the world, right? So let's not go down that road. When it gets to the 70th minute, Jose needs to start making sure that these players mentally start to attack the game and focus a little bit more because we're losing in the last 10, 15 minutes, guys. And if we can just close that door, right, and have that focus and aggressiveness and keep an eye on the game, keep an eye on your player, we'll win. We'll win 1-0 tonight. And we all would have taken 1-0 tonight because it's 3 points. So
Agreed.
for me, guys, this is not just about ability with your feet, your physical ability. This is about mentally studying the game and knowing what to do in situations. 3 players in 10 seconds made 3 mistakes. That cannot be overlooked. I mean, I'm not scapegoating, guys. Yeah, I'm not. If you look at the goal, you'll see what I'm talking about.
No,
There's
I think you're
you're right.
I'm not
I
trying
think
to
you're
completely right.
It's a treble of mistakes, right? And you know what? these guys need to start looking at their mistakes. And I hope tomorrow Jose gets them in a classroom. I don't want them on the pitch. I don't want them on the training ground. Get them in the classroom first. Boys and girls, because some of them acted like girls tonight. Look at your pressing and look at your mind. Look at your thinking, because that's where champions are, guys. That's the fine lines of the Premier League. Do you know the Premier League is the cruelest league in the world because of the fine lines? That's why, because you cannot get away with not pressing. And that's what we did tonight. And we learnt a cruel lesson, which is you've got to be on it. Got to be absolutely on it, man. And these guys, 3 players were not on it tonight. And that really disappoints me.
All right, Josh. Absolutely brilliant call as always. Thanks for coming
Always
on,
good
mate.
to have you on, Josh.
Keep your chin up, guys, and keep drinking, man.
Samosas on Sunday.
We'll try.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
We got a super chat here from the BSP Refix. Says, a striker in January, ? In need of another finisher.
I think we need another creator and another centre-back.
Yeah, I can't see us signing a striker. I think we've got Vinicius now. We're going to go with him. Yeah, look, we do need another creator, but with Ndombele, Lo Celso and Dele there, unless one of them leaves, I can't see us investing in one.
We can't buy another one because we don't have any space in the squad.
That's the thing.
But anyway, let's get Marcelo or...
Yeah, Marcelo?
Or Ty. Marcelo.
Where's Marcelo? There he is.
Yes, Marcelo.
Cheers for waiting, mate.
Thanks for waiting all this time.
No problem.
Look, let's just get straight into it. What did you put it down to today?
I've been saying it all season. Eric Dyer. Saying all season.
Yeah.
Saying when we're top of the league. Saying when we're, struggling. Been saying it. This defense just let us down. Yet again.
Why is he Mourinho's undroppable? I still don't understand it.
I was saying the same thing in Matty Hayes' stream, and I honestly think it's because he speaks Portuguese. I speak Portuguese. Eu falo português.
Do you want to come play centre back?
Yeah. No, yeah. Por favor. Traz ele. Para mim. Yeah.
That can't be the only reason. I'm sorry, I don't believe to.
Wait a second. Is it not unfair? Is it unfair to put all the blame on Eric Dyer or put a lot of the blame on Eric Dyer? No. Listen, when we create so many chances throughout the game, right? We miss chance after chance after chance, and you're not blaming the players who miss the chances for missing their chances and only getting one of the goals. Yet Dyer makes one mistake throughout the 90 minutes. It does end up costing us a goal, and all of a sudden we end up dropping points. If the attackers did their job and killed the game off, Dyer wouldn't have been in that position where one mistake cost us the game.
Absolutely.
It is his fault because a true winning team, a true winning mentality team needs to defend for 90 minutes. Sir Alex Ferguson said that what makes champions is a champion that's able to defend, a squad that's able to defend. Look at Liverpool last season. How many 1-0 wins did they have? Because they're not fucking bottle jobs. They're not pussies. You look at Aurier not tracking back. That's bullshit, man. Not like it's like Josh said. You know what I mean? 3 mistakes in 20 seconds is bullshit, man. What the I don't deserve this. You know what I mean? And then it's just like,
so no blame on the attackers for missing chances.
No, because listen, attackers. Look, yes, you can look at it and say yes, they missed a chance. They should, like Sonny should have hit that. And then the biggest Sonny fan, he had a bad game today. But the thing is, right? We depend on this attack. We depend on Son and Kane week in and week out. But when the fuck are these defenders gonna have some cojones? Gonna have some pride in defending? You know what I mean? I'm sick and tired of it. I've been saying it. Get your road on. Get Jodon. I've been saying get the Welsh Maldini. I'm sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? And before, I'm going to say a point to you. When we played Stoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took off. Mourinho said he took off Dele Alli because he lost the ball in the midfield, and it opened up to our counterattack, right? If he's a man of his word and he's a man of his character and he's like that, keep that same energy with Dyer. I do not want to see him on Sunday. Keep that same energy. You know what I mean?
Who starts centre back for you? Who starts?
Rodon, Welsh Maldini, and Toby. Those two. 100%. I've been calling out all season. I've been saying it. You know, I mean, if I'm Toby, right, and I've been playing the way he's been playing, right, and I see Davinson Sanchez and Eric Dyer starting over me, I would ask for my contract to be canceled. I would ask to go somewhere else. That is disgraceful. How do you drop Toby after he keeps putting on these great games? Sure, he's made some mistakes, but it's like his mistakes, it's like You know what I mean? Like, everybody's gonna make a mistake at one point, but like Eric Dyer, he doesn't even do the simple things. He can't even fucking pass from the back, man. It's the simple things. Him and Sanchez are two clowns. It's dumb and fucking dumber, man.
Look, I
Just
get,
basic.
I 100% get what you're saying on Dyer and Sanchez, and I think that, look, you definitely do have a massive, massive case there. But in terms of the way the game went, absolutely dominant in that first half, chance after chance, creation. But why revert into that shell in the second half? Why not keep going and trying to get that second goal?
Because the thing is, the thing is, Ben, it's because football, it's often like that. There's often momentum switch. You know what I mean? That's just the game of football. You know, even the great Man United squad had times where they didn't have all the possession, and you know what I mean, teams were at them. You know what I mean? But the difference was, you know, between those great squads is that they could defend. They had pride. They fought for this.
Yes, I get that, but I'm not getting this whole momentum switch and whatever like that. It's up to Jose Mourinho, once the momentum's switching into Fulham's favour, to make a sub, make the change, do something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, absolutely. I was calling for Vinicius to come in. I was calling to take out Endo Baller, put maybe Kane in as a creative midfielder, which he can be. You know, we've seen him play in the midfield and, you know, creating loads of chances. I was saying maybe put him in there and put, you know, Vinicius on. Oh no, don't get me wrong. The substitution was absolutely horrendous. I haven't even gotten started with the lineup. I mean, Musa Sissoko at right wing. What the fuck is that? I mean, what is that, man? No, seriously, what is that, man? You know what I mean? I felt bad for Sissoko. No, but
He
like,
does it for France.
I don't care what he does for France, bro. You know what I mean? I don't
So
care.
they
what
won
he
the
does
World
for
Cup.
France.
Deschamps did it.
It's not about. This is not about Sissoko at right wing. This is not about him playing there for France. The whole point is, in the first half, we played more than good enough to win the game. We were creating chance after chance. In the second half, we didn't do that, and we didn't carry on playing the way we did. We reverted into our shells, and Jose didn't fail to make the changes to change this game back into our momentum.
And let me tell you this, you know why? Because teams, as I said before, I said it in the Wolves game as well, right? I said it in the Wolves game, when they see how easy it is to press us, they go all out. Because when you play Dyer, that French, that he's a useless player, I'm telling you, man. He can't pass. And when you press them, you see how easy it is to press Tottenham. I swear to God, the best thing that can happen to Fulham and any of these teams is us going up in the first half. Because these teams will start pressing us, and they're going to start seeing, oh my God, this is a field day. I'm having a field day here. It's so easy. Dyer just keeps giving me the ball right afterwards. Just give them the ball and then press them. The ball will come back to us because they can't pass from the back. There's no creativity from the back. It's only Reguilon. Big up Reguilon, man of the match. He was superb today. He's the only person out there creating things from the back. We got nothing in the back. Any great squad has stuff in the back. You look at any great squad, they have good passing from the back, good players from the back, creators from the back. Toby and Reguilon are the only two right now that we have. That's why we lose momentum, because it's easy to press us. They have a field day pressing us. I can press that back line, and I'm fat, and I can't run barely. I can press that back line. It is easy, bro. It's a joke.
Yeah. All right, Marcelo. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Sorry that I couldn't be positive, guys.
I hear you.
We understand. We understand
I'm
completely.
down today, man. Yeah, you come on, you Spurs.
I'm
Let's
just
go.
a
Spurs,
Spurs
Marcelo.
fan.
Hopefully, we'll hear you after Sheffield United 3 points.
Look, it's hard not to be frustrated when the same thing keeps happening, isn't it? And that's just this is reality.
All right, look, let's get Ty McKinnon-Mare on. Ty, how's it going? It's not Arsenal
Not
Ty,
that
it's
Ty.
Tottenham Ty.
Tottenham Ty. Oh, is he frozen?
Can you hear me?
I know you're there. I can hear you. Yeah. I think so.
I think your internet connection's quite bad. We can't seem to get a clear picture of you.
Can you not hear me very well?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, start speaking.
Yeah, go on.
Just tell me.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in, by the way. What did you make out of the game today? What went wrong?
I'm just pissed off. I don't know. I'm sick of getting blue balls every single time Spurs play.
I know
It's
exactly
like
what you mean.
the first half we can be great. Everything's going good. It's hot and steamy. And then all of a sudden we literally just let right off. And it's so frustrating. We have all the quality to win any game. And yeah, I don't know. We just keep letting off. I'm just pissed off.
What'd you put that down to?
I put it down to Jose. I don't think he's really telling the players to just keep attacking in the second half.
But Jose keeps saying that he says otherwise. He keeps telling them to attack.
I mean, I guess it just depends on if you believe what Jose says to the media and what he says to the players.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. But why are we? Yeah, go on.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, why are we not putting these chances away though? No, I don't think anyone's hitting the nail on the head. We're creating loads of chances to win most games. A lot of the games we've drawn this season, we've created more than enough chances to win the game. We've always left it to a goal near the end. And yes, we could be more ambitious in getting that second goal in the second half, but when you're not finishing the chances you're creating, you're always going to be in trouble. You can't create infinite amount of chances in a game. There's only once you create a chance, the defense adapts to you for what you've done to create that chance. So when you create 4, 5, 6 really good chances in a game, you have to be able to kill off the game. If you don't, and you're leaving it to within one goal, you're always leaving it open. So surely the attackers have to take some criticism or responsibility for not killing the game off.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. They need to be more clinical for sure. I also think, I think blame goes on our players, then also credit to Areola. I mean, I thought he did really well today. He played really well, especially in the first half when we had a few chances.
Yeah.
He was really good. But I don't know. I'm not really understanding why everyone's going at our defense. Because, I mean, what are we in the league? I don't know if you guys know. We've given up the second least amount of chances, or of goals, rather.
We've conceded the second amount of goals in the league.
Okay.
But I think everyone's real kind of problem with the defence is the individual errors that keep happening in most games now.
Well, don't you guys think that's going to keep happening if we keep inviting pressure like that in the second half when they're constantly coming at us every single game?
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, I give our defense so much credit. I think they bail us out more than anything because I don't think we actually, some games we do create enough chances like today, but I think over the course of this season, we've been scoring off of, maybe, I don't know, four chances in a game, maybe. I just think we invite too much pressure on our defense and then they crack eventually, and I don't really put that on them fully.
I completely agree. Yeah,
that is fair enough. But I do just think the individual errors seem to be happening.
It's just they're all costly. That's the problem, isn't it?
Individual errors are very costly, and they seem to be happening from the same players.
Oh, you just feel it coming too, don't you? You're like, I was telling my brother, we were watching the game together today. I was like, they're about to fucking score, man. I was like, this is gonna happen right now. You just feel it. It's been.
Everyone knew what was coming. Everyone knew what was coming.
Yeah. For sure. And it's so frustrating knowing exactly what's going to happen and that, I don't know, just we're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So frustrating.
All right. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Nice
Great call.
Where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm in Utah.
Utah. Amazing. Thank you for your support, man. Thank you for calling in.
Yep,
I really appreciate it.
Guys, love your show.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate your support.
All right. Let's go for Derek, is it? Yes, Derek. How you doing, my
Derek,
friend?
Hi.
I'm good. How are you, man?
Yeah, could be better. Obviously, bad result today. What do you put it down to?
It's not really a bad result today.
No,
not a bad result.
Listen, let me come there. The result today is what we have been allowing throughout the second season, right? The second aspect of the season. Look, Ben, let me tell you something. I have a friend who is a Man United fan. You were watching Tottenham today. When he saw the lineup, he advised me not to bet. That it will either be a draw or Tottenham will lose.
Mm.
He did the same thing for me during the Liverpool game. He saw the lineup, he warned me, he said, David, don't bet. And I did not bet. You know the reason why he pointed to me? He said, whenever he sees Sissoko playing on the right wing as an attacker, that's a problem. That's one of the problems.
Mm.
Jose Mourinho had no right to leave Bale on the bench, Lamela on the bench, or Lucas or any of those guys, and play Sissoko on the right wing.
Yeah.
Sissoko cannot dribble past two players. You need someone with pace that can be able to create and give it to maybe Son or Kane. Look at the ball he had there in the opponent half. That ball should have been given to either one of those guys who can score. But he wants to kick. He don't have the leg to even kick. Sissoko is a player that will work with Hobia to be able to prevent players from coming towards our goal. Take the ball from the opponent, give it to Ndombele, and Ndombele take it forward. That's the kind of player he is.
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't understand why Jose Mourinho is using him as an attacker.
And not only why is he using him as attacker, but when he sees things are not going the way that he plans in the second half, why not change things earlier than he did?
That's the same thing that happened in the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
The first half, you saw that he did mess up the team. The second half, he tried to change things around. We started getting to Liverpool right away. It's the same thing today. Is game selection sometimes becoming to question the game selection? Because sometimes I think he try to favor some of the players and actually leave the real player on the bench who's supposed to come in to perform for us. And it's even a substitution too. Sometimes I wonder. Because sometimes the way you do a substitution, always when Jose Mourinho is about to do a substitution, I always hold my head like this. Because you always do something wrong. Now the second thing is I'm becoming to also question Lily King. Lily King was a very good defender. Why are we having this set piece problem? Is he not seeing it? You don't discuss it with Mourinho to say, "Boy, this is what is going on. We need to do this."
You know, nobody knows what goes on in the training, training pitch. Nobody knows. You know, I mean, Ledley King, obviously, he was a great defender. Jose Mourinho, though, he's the one that's really this world-renowned defensive coach. You know what I mean? That's made defenses better everywhere he's gone. And he's made our defense better as well. He's made our defensive shape better. But it's these individual errors that keep costing us.
Yes, I understand, Ben. It's individual error. Look at City game today. City scored for the one goal in the first half. They keep going. Even they got a penalty and Sterling missed the penalty.
Yeah.
These are the kind of attitude you need to continue for 90 minutes. You can't just get one goal and you feel comfortable. You are not playing among robots. You are playing human beings. They will go the first half and come with different mentality. Especially everybody knows that when Spurs score one goal, that's the end of the game. And the Premiership right now is that two or three teams will tie at the end of the season. When the goal difference will take the lead. So if we don't have goals right now, we are not scoring goals like before. What happened to Man United? What happened to Southampton? Where are the goals now?
Yeah,
something is wrong somewhere.
I mean, I don't know. It seems as though we still created the chances today. We just couldn't seem to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, but what happened before we used to put it at the back of the net? Something has changed at the back end. Something needs to be working. We can't just blame the players throughout. I know people say Eridine, and Sancho. I know these guys are not perfect 100% defender like maybe Ramos in Madrid or something, but they have been doing their best. But the issue is we allow pressure from the opponent to confuse our defenders.
Yeah.
What if we're playing the same we play in the first half, we're going to play in the second half and take the ball to the opponent? Do you think we'll have that goal? No, we won't have that goal. But we allow them to bring everything to us. Then we think that we can hold the pressure. I'm getting to worry now, even for the Carabao Cup final that is coming in April. I'm getting to worry a little bit because teams are getting to understand how Tottenham play, how they set up. Just wait for 75 to 90 minutes, you'll get your goal. Yeah. And put pressure on them.
Yeah, but if I'm Jose Mourinho, what I would argue is if you look at today's game in a bigger picture, I know if you isolate it from what the problems we've had, throughout the season, I would say we created so many chances. Areola had an unbelievable game. We should have been at least 3 goals up, probably by half time. Even in the second half, before we conceded, Son had that chance where he goes through on goal and hits the post. How many saves did Lloris make? Even when we were under pressure, didn't make too many. I can't remember too many. It was a pretty quiet evening, and it was just one individual mistake which cost us a goal when we should have been 3 goals up. So, is it really the game plan which was the problem?
I'm getting to believe that Sam, it is a game plan somehow. I don't know what he told them in the second half in the dressing room. And Ben, this thing shouldn't be continuing. This have been continuing games after game. So something is wrong. The players are not stupid. They are just like us.
Yeah.
They watch this thing where, how we analyze the game. They're listening. They know. They're not stupid, right? So what, for example, we have Son and King. These guys are very good. They are. If these guys are not in the team, we won't even go to score. They are very good. But the issue here is that if they are not getting the supply, as many as they should have, we are in a problem. If you want to see that if you give one or two chances to someone, you think that you should score 3 goals, that is, we should think twice, right? There are other attackers in the league, you have to give them like 5 different chances or 6 chances to just make one use of it. But so if you gain 3 or 4, you use like 2. And it's not going to be like that in all the games. We need chance after chance. First half we have 5 chances, second half we should have 5 chances. And see what happens. It should not just be one-sided. Football is 90 minutes. It's not 45 minutes.
All right. Look, thanks for coming on. Great call.
Nice
Hope to hear
call,
from
Zach.
you again. Hope to hear from you again.
Good to hear from you. Cheers
Thanks
for
for
calling
coming
in,
on, man.
Thanks, Derek.
Let's get into Will Stewart. Yes, Will.
Hi, Will.
What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know. How you been?
Been good. My oldest son has been real busy with his game, so I haven't had a chance. I've been watching all your guys' streams, but I haven't been able to get on them. So
okay. Well, I hope your son's football is doing better
actually,
than our football.
right now it is. Yeah, I'm at training right now, actually. So, but,
Does your son keep going
I
in the
think-
second half?
He actually does better in the second half. He has a hard time picking it up in the first half, but but right now I think the biggest problem that we're facing is we're too predictable. I think more so than the defense and more so than people being clinical is goals are coming from anywhere else. It's Kane and Son, and that's it in the league. And I think that's killing us.
Yeah, I agree with that. We are coming quite predictable in how we attack. But we are kind of predictable, but we are still creating chances, though. So if we put them away, you're not really saying that. Even though we are predictable in the way we attack, people don't seem to be able to stop us creating chances still on that front, especially in the first half. When we attack, yeah.
When we're attacked, we're very good, but we just...
That's because... Yeah, that's because Kane and Son are world-class players. They're going to create chances. The problem is that no one else is really creating chances. You might get.
I mean, I would put Ndombele up there with
Reguilon's got the assist.
Yeah, but those other guys aren't near as clinical, right? Son has outperformed his XG by like 40% for the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, it's true.
You can't Son for here and again. He's been exceeding his XG forever. So the other people that we need to start seeing goals.
Because at the end of the day, Kane and Son cannot do it every single game throughout the whole season in every single tournament. And when Kane and Son don't do it, you need someone to take the burden off them, and we just don't have that. That's the facts.
Right. In previous seasons, you've had either Eriksson or Dele putting in an additional 12 goals per season, right?
Yeah.
Who's doing? No one.
No one.
The next top goal scorer is Ndombele at 2.
With 3 goals.
3 goals. Shocking.
Yeah. And that's really where it's hurting us. Yeah, giving away goals again. I tweeted to you guys the passing stat. If you look at the stats from the games that we're conceding that late goal, our passing stats are horrible. And the second half again, completion rate was horrible. And that's when we start to concede goals.
Is it not frustrating though, isn't it, Will, that when you talk about Spurs leaking goals and people talk about our problems at the back and everything, but when you look at the games we play, like barely any games Lloris is having a busy game. Barely any games are we actually conceding a lot of chances. It's just like 1 or 2 per game where we're making a mistake and conceding a goal. So is the big problem is the big problem our defense, or would you say you not agree with that?
I don't necessarily think it's the defense. I think it's the midfield giving the ball away, giving them opportunities, and after a while, if those back four are having to defend, the chances are slim. But if you look at where the midfield is giving the ball away on those games where we end up losing it, that's where it's, those two guys aren't supermen. They can't fend off giving the ball away at midfield, 30% of the game. I mean, who can do that? What defender can do that?
Agreed.
Can soak that much pressure and not end up letting one go.
Yeah.
It's the midfield. It's that second person behind Højbjerg, that second pivot spot, it's a lot of the times it's coming from the right side of the field.
At home to Fulham, Fulham have no right to have so much control in that second half. They have no right to attack us as much as they did. Is that just down to the midfield for you?
Yeah, I think it's the right side of our we need a right winger. We need a right side in that double pivot that's as solid and stable. We need more depth in that right back position right now. Honestly, I really do feel that it's our right side. I think our left side's solid. Son, Reguilon, Dyer, right? Even Davies do a defensive. But our right side, right? The ball goes out wide right towards the half field line, and then it's played across to the middle or to the left, and then a cross comes in onto the right hand side, and we ended up leaking a goal. Right? That's the trend.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Will. Thanks for coming on,
nice
man.
Nice to see you, mate.
See you next
Cheers
time.
To you, Will.
See you next
and
time.
good luck to your son.
Yeah, very much. Good luck to your son.
All right, last one.
Yeah, last but not least, let's get
Definitely
on
not
David.
least. Come on, David.
How's it going, mate?
Oh, you lads, look, I'm going to start off with a positive first for you. You've been asking for positive all show.
Come on,
please.
Come on.
I'm now officially in the market.
Can you play centre back?
Centre attacking midfield.
What's your creativity? Passing 94, love it.
I'm in the market, lads. Sign me up.
You could have come on for Ndombele.
I could have. Look, lads, today I've actually a bit of a, I'm not going to say a rant, but a bit of a structured issues on what I actually think is going wrong for us at the minute.
Okay.
Right. So first of all, look, we've gone from top to a clusterfuck, basically. What I'm going to start with is that number one, the first issue for me today was the starting lineup. I think Jose got it wrong. I think he bottled it. I think he should have made the call either to play Winks or Sissoko in the middle. He shouldn't have tried to fit the two of them in today. For me, that was wrong. I don't understand why Toby wasn't playing. I think I can understand the inclusion of Sanchez in a way because of his pace, but for me, you play Toby. Look, lads, number two is we're not.
Wait, just before you move on to number two, a lot of people are talking about the lineup being wrong today, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. But if we put our chances away in the first half, is anyone talking about this lineup being wrong?
Yeah, no, this moves me on to my second point, Ben. Is we're not clinical enough.
Sorry, David. Go on.
Yeah, we're not clinical enough. We're not clinical enough whatsoever. Like the amount of expected goals ratio we get most games. And we're always sitting here talking about, opposition keepers have had an amazing day. Yeah, they tend to, but we're not clinical enough. We're just not clinical enough. It's as simple as that. Number three, for me, I actually think Winks had a very good game today. I don't believe Jose should have took him off. I think Ndombele should be took off. One thing I will say about Winks, and it's really not good enough from centre midfield or a centre midfield point of view, when it's the area you look to kind of dominate and turn ball over most, is he only went in for 2 ground duels today. Compared to Ndombele and Højbjerg, that's not good enough for centre midfielder. But apart from that, he was decent. Look, number 4 is individual mistakes again. Like, the thing is, when Kane and Son aren't on form and they're not banging in the goals, you need the defenders to bail you out. We need them to bail us out. Like, Newcastle was one. Wolves was another. Do you know what I mean? It's not good enough. It's individual errors, and we just need these players to start stepping up. Like, number 5 then is
it's our attackers. Again, like when the defenders are playing well, we don't create enough chances. It's as simple as that. Like we don't create enough chances.
Do you not think we created enough chances in the first half today?
Yeah, today we did. Look, the game should have been put beyond doubt. In fairness, like before we even invited them on, that gets me into my next point. Is I'm going to start questioning fitness. Well, why do we keep seeing this drop off in the second half? It's not good enough. And for me,
that's the thing, though.
I'm starting to question fitness. Like you've seen a lot of players blowing heavy there today, and they had a rest against Marine.
But that's the thing. We did create enough chances to win the game today, but ultimately we're still in that trap of being 1-0 up only in the first half. So it's that keep recurring theme. You need to keep going. You need to keep going until you get that second goal, and you can't stop until you do, unless it's the last 5-10 minutes, or at least less than that.
Yeah, but see, this is why I'm starting to question, because look, we can sit here and say we should have had the game beyond doubt, right? Which I agree we should have, but we didn't. And the thing is, we need to keep going. I agree with you. We need to keep going. For me, I'd keep going anyway. Like there are going to be small periods where you should be where you will be penned in, but like not for as long as we're penned in. And that's where I'm starting to question fitness. I'm starting to question players' fitness. Like Ndombele, he was rested against Marine. He was shocking second half. He was shocking. He was blowing. He's not fit enough. Then you look at Harry Kane. He was blowing today by the end of the game. Young-Min Son. We've seen it time and time again. I'm starting to question the fitness of the players, lads. My next point then is there's too many players getting too comfortable. Eric Dyer is my biggest one. I sat here and praised him for the first few months of the season, and rightly so. But since that Chelsea game, he's been so sloppy. It hasn't been good enough, and he's getting 100%. Way too comfortable. For me, 100%. I'm starting to think maybe Mourinho had an affair somewhere, and it's actually his son. I'm starting to think that because he just keeps playing with him. For me next, I'd be looking at Alderweireld Road, and I know Josh said you could be eating your words, but we have to try something. Mourinho has to make a statement. He has to be showing these players it's not good enough. And then that brings me on to my next point: is mentality. Mentality. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Like any time they have a chance of putting pressure on or staying top or winning silverware, we're on the cusp of touching it, and they fucking let us down. It's not good enough. And some of the players have been here that done it under Poch, and they're doing it again now. It's not good enough. And we're in a bad situation as well because we don't have money. You know what I mean? Like, do we sell Winks and Ali and bring in players that might not work out? It's a gamble. For me, I would. But then who's going to have the cash to buy them? For me, I think we're just in a big mess at the minute. And my last point then as well is, 2 points. Is Jose got his, he left it way too late to make substitutions today, lads. Way too late. I'm one of Jose's biggest backers on this show. But to me today, he has to take most of the blame. He got it wrong today. He waited until they scored to make his first substitution when we can all see it wasn't working and he had to change it. You know, it's not good enough. Like a lot of us used to question Pochettino for his substitutions and being able to affect the games tactically. Jose looked like a fucking school kid today out there with his tactical nous and willingness to change it. And then my last one is Jose, literally for me, it looks like at the minute, that he just doesn't know his best 11 right now. He's here a year and a half nearly, or a year even, whatever it is. And he doesn't know his best 11. That's why.
Do you know our best 11? Do you know our best 11? What is our best 11?
Well, for me, look, it has to be that. For me, the shining light on the pitch today was Reguilon. He's the only one coming off with his head held high today. And for me, he's definitely left back. Hugo is obviously in goals. For me, fuck Doherty. I'm pissed off with him. He's not good enough. It's Aurier. Wow. Two centre backs. To be honest with you, I would be going Toby and Dyer, but I just think Dyer needs a bit of a wake up call and a kick up the arse. So I would drop him for a game and shake him up a little bit. Højbjerg, then you go into midfield, I'd be playing Højbjerg, Ndombele, and Moussa Sissoko train. I'm sorry, Sim. I know you're a big lover of wings, but he just doesn't get into my best 11. Then on the left, I have Son. Okay. On the right, I have Stevie B. Because in fairness, look, he hasn't been at the races this year, but he will get over the line. He will. Like, we're a better team with him in it than he is out of it. I was thinking Lamela myself, but look, Lamela's let me down. Anytime he starts playing well and we start praising him, he goes MIA, missing in action.
Would you get rid of Lamela?
Lads, to be honest with you, before this season, I wanted him gone, to be honest. But then he pulled the greatest magic trick in the world. He played very well against. He was a shit house against United. He was playing well. We were scoring goals. We were all loved up. The atmosphere was perfect. And then again, when we started praising him, and then he was out for the team for a little bit, he was back, and we were like, yeah, this is why he's back in the team. You know what I mean? And we're all praising. We're all on a Lamella train again. Then he just goes injured. He goes missing in action. He goes and does the stupid thing at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And like for me, he's been here, 7-8 years now, lads?
Yeah.
And for me, he's always just been a big part player. And this is why this is why I get fed up with all these squad players. We have too many hangers on them. For me, we need to start being ruthless. And yeah, I would sell Lamella. If we could get cash for him, I'd sell him.
At the end of the day, he's got 18 months left on his contract. Every season seems to be identical from Eric Lamella. You know, starts off amazing pre-season, starts off
a bit
well.
like Spurs this season. Lamella's a bit like Spurs this season.
Well, yeah, you know, but this is Lamella every single year since he's joined us. You know, starts off well, does poor, gets injured, comes back. He's a bit part player. Then we see a couple of good performances, gets injured again, and so on and so on and so on.
I'm going to start calling him Harry Potter because he keeps pulling magic tricks. He keeps doing it to us every time, every season.
Yeah,
this is Lamella's season. Let me ask you this, David, from a bigger picture perspective. You know, in terms of where we're heading under Jose. You know, if you look at the bigger picture in terms of games this season, do we create a lot of chances? Yes. Have we scored enough goals? I think we're probably the top 3 goals scored in the
I'd say we do score enough goals.
Do we concede a lot of chances? No. Is Lloris busy every day, every game? No. So is your assessment, are we heading in the right direction under Jose? And is it just things that he needs ironing out, or are there major issues?
I think
look, I hope he has an iron with a steamer on it, because he needs to get all the creases out. Because look, for me, there's a lot of issues at the minute, like I pointed out, but they're minor issues. This is a thing, minor issues. If we could just get them sorted, out, we're still like. Look, I know people are going to sit here and call me crazy. I still think we have a shot at the title, lads. I still think we have an outside shot at the title. Honestly, I'm not as confident, but I'm not off my train yet. I still think we have a shot. We still have a shot in the Carabao Cup. We still have a shot in Europa League. We're still in the FA Cup. For me, I'm starting to question the smaller teams. It's an attitude problem. It's a mentality problem against the smaller teams. Bigger teams, we've absolutely played most of them off the park this season when we played them. And then you look at the likes of Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham today, Wolves. It's games like this, and then even you go to Burnley, West Brom, teams like that. We barely got over the line. Brighton. Do you know what I mean? We barely got over the line, even in some of the Europa League games. So for me, look, I think it's a problem of getting up for these games, because, like I said, when we play the bigger teams and the bigger games tend to roll into town, we smash them. We show them who's the boss of London, and we send them home with the tail between their legs. And I don't know. Look, for me, they just have to start getting the mentality right. They have to stay switched on. But again, for me, I keep harping back to the players, but for me, it's the players. It's individual errors in these games that have cost us a lot, and it's not good enough. Like the reason, and as well, the reason why I keep saying it is because when you look at other clubs and the clubs that win trophies regular, they have the very best of players, and they might not have always gone out and bought the best of players, but they've identified something in them as a youngster, and they have players that don't switch off. Winning means everything. At Tottenham, I don't think some of the players winning means everything to them.
All right. David.
Great way to end the show.
Thanks for coming on, man. I think that was a brilliant call as always. Go subscribe.
Just before we go, lad,
Go on.
Can I just plug my new segment? You'll be debuting on Monday for me. I'll be putting out one a week every Monday. It's called Tell Me Your Spurs Story. It's where I asked them questions basically about how they got into sport in Tottenham and from a kid right to now. I think we've done a very good show today, lads. I think everyone will like the first show. So make sure you don't miss it and get over to the Irish Hotspur and make sure you smash that subscribe button and be a part of my journey.
Exactly. So go and check us out on the Irish Hotspur on a brand new segment on his channel. Absolutely brilliant channel as well. So just go hit that subscribe button on his channel. Absolutely brilliant Spurs content. David, thank you so much for coming on again. And we'll hear from you after the Sheffield United game, hopefully.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, lads. And look, as always, in Jaws we trust. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
All right, come on,
you Spurs.
Love that 10-point presentation there from David Harris.
Absolutely brilliant. Really brilliant call.
All right,
quick
last, I think there's
super
a
chat
one...
before you go.
Yeah, go
Carl Patrick Vineyard. Coys, we better win Sunday. 100% Carl, we better win Sunday.
Definitely right
But
about
look,
that.
an absolutely mammoth post-match stream today.
Can I leave you with one image? Just as I've just seen it, I want to leave it with you. This image, ending this. Let me just get it up.
The end screen was on the next. It was ready to go.
Let me just leave you. Let me just leave you with one image. Let's just get this up. Well, just to show the viewers. There we go. Something you never thought you would see in your lifetime. But Pochettino with his first trophy.
That doesn't bring a smile to my face.
It shouldn't, but there you go.
That really does not bring a smile. To my face.
I think it's a positive note to end the show on. Pochettino holding a trophy.
Positive for Poch.
Yeah, positive for
While we're
Poch.
drawing at home to Fulham.
Look, we can be depressed. We're going to be depressed until Sunday, that's for sure. But at least someone's happy.
That's very true. That's very true. If we're not going to be happy, let someone else be
exactly.
happy. But anyway, that is your post-match fan show. As I said, it was a mammoth stream today. Nearly 2 whole hours of Tottenham therapy. I hope you all enjoyed it. Because I don't know. I mean, I enjoy talking to you guys, but I don't enjoy kind of reacting to those performances. But anyway. Join us again on Sunday for our Sheffield United game away, where we have to get 3 points.
Of course, Sheffield United win their first Premier League game before they play.
Just get that thought out your head right now. Get that thought out your head right now. Look, we have to go and get 3 points on the weekend. Join us on Sunday for all the content. Join us tomorrow morning for the morning after show. Join us tomorrow morning for the morning after show. Where you won't see me there, but you'll see John Cooper making a return to the channel alongside my brother Sim. So yeah, join us tomorrow morning, as well as player ratings, which will come out tomorrow at some point. But anyway, thank you for streaming in today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always,
come on you Spurs.